Okay, another open position is in sugar. We're in the ETF. The symbol is cane. Now, I put up this long term chart because most people don't really watch sugar, but it's actually a very important commodity, and it's another one of those world commodities quoted in dollars. And just so that you can see, while it may seem unusual and it may be difficult to envision a $10 a pound commodity going further than 25, 26, where the high has been here. However, it has been as high here as 66, 45, and 36. And I think that this is a very constructive chart. Even though we had this little false break right here down below 10 and turned it up for a major move higher and then a consolidation and another leg up. But let's go to the more important stuff, the daily. Eh, let's go to the weekly first. Okay, on the weekly, you can see I'll give you 3 years, pretty orderly. Um, the move from just under 12 up here, consolidation, test couldn't get through, continued back down, right to the heart of this consolidation and that prior high, and made another attempt, stopped in the same place, came back down, as I said, tested that again, and then started higher. When it broke out, it came back and tested with a higher low, higher high, higher low, and then took off on a tear, basically from 20 up here to almost 27. So we've spent a couple of weeks going sideways and testing. We broke back down a bit to the almost exactly to the fib 38 and change 38.2 level, came back up, made a lower high, tried to make it higher, and 2 weeks ago came down with a range of 2620 basically to close pretty much on the low at 24 and a quarter, and then followed down again as low as 2188. Now, 2188 happens to be another fib retracement, 61.8, almost exactly. Plus, it was also the spot of the last breakout and check against it before the move from 22 up to that 27 level. Let's go to the daily and we'll take a closer look at that. This is the daily. There's that 61.8, and it's a little clearer here that you can see the wear of it. We closed the week before last at 22, pardon me, yeah, 2208. We had a higher high and higher low, and you know how much I like those. But we actually bought the sugar down here, um, pretty close to the low of the week, and of course, it closed pretty well on Friday. It was up 71 cents, 3.2%. Now, is it going straight back up here? I don't know. The point is that it could easily test half that move to 23 and change. That would also be, a top here. Let's see, what was that high? 2375. We bought an option that we normally would not trade, a 10-cent call, but we went out not 1 but 2 months, and I'll give you a look at Kane, which is what we're actually in. We're in the 14s, and This 3 days in here, I published a chart during the week. I guess I can redo it here. Study Bollinger Bands. This was one day at the Bollinger Band, 1, 2, 3 days completely outside of it, and then Fridays gap to the upside and closing pretty close to the high and certainly close to the high of the week. This is the daily. I don't think we're going to have any trouble getting back to this $13, $14 in Kane. But just so that you understand, by the way, there are two contracts for sugar. There's the one we're in, and then there's the one that is a U.S. market. We stay away from the US market for the simple reason that it is dramatically overpriced. As you can see, we're in sugar number 11. Sugar 16 is almost 40 cents, so it's 39.01. The reason is that's a subsidized market for US producers, of which there are many. They don't grow sugar only in Hawaii. They also grow a great deal of it in Florida. And of course, they have leveraged all of their lobbying efforts. And as you can see, it's almost twice the price. So, but we are absolutely only in the sugar number 11. Let me just go back to that for a nanosecond here, just to give you an idea. If we're in the 14s with 2 months to go, if we get even back to here, the 23 area, which is not very far from here, well, let's call it 23 and a half, 24 area, those options will be quadruple anyway. If we get a continuation move, if this is actually a bottom, which it may be, looking at the 1 year, we came right back down to where we were. 50% or even a 30% retracement would be acceptable for us to make a chunk. So there you go. That's your look at our position in Kane, which is the sugar ETF.